difficult. But, you know, if that's the style that they want to play, then there's just not a lot of options for them to go with the Jade. But we're at the draft and pick, that's the same thing, pick and ban stage for Team Hyped, and you choose.
I expect to see Iva ban out of Team Hyped. When I look at you choose, I just think about how you want to prioritize the bans against them. You could ban Naraga's Pearl. That's another way to take it. Which Team Hyped you're going to opt to do? They don't want to deal with that Pearl, but this is going to open up you choose for that first pick Iva, which I likely expect to see. Mini and his Ulrich banned out by you choose. I like that a lot. We've seen a lot of high-impact Ulrichs lately. Yes. Inflamed looked very good yesterday, and you know, I don't doubt that Mini would look very good today. Instead, we'll be seeing both players playing Blossom.
We say Mini's Ulrich was really good, but Mini's Blossom is also very good.
Mini's just one of those players that can like play anything.
He can play anything, man. He's so versatile. And Shifu coming out early here for you choose. Team Hyped opting for the Thorn.
It's interesting watching you choose draft because I'm also trying to figure out how they prioritize as a unit their picks, and I guess they prioritize the Shifu more than having the exact pick they want on Throat Puncher. They see the Shifu is likely being banned out. The Iva ban finally does come, so likely you choose going to be coming with that Jade, and maybe they took what we said to heart a little bit. I'm sure they weren't quite listening to us as we're just a bunch of like village idiots.
No one listens to the casters.
Yeah, but the Jade Shifu, it's much better than the Raigon Shifu because of that in-cap setup.
Yeah.
The Varesh going to be the last pick for Team Hyped. I really like Varesh against Blossom for the same reason that I like Varesh against Pearl. Blossom only has Hop. If there's no Hop, she's just going to die to an ultimate.
Yeah.
Like, the powers combined going to come out and eat alive that deer meat. So really nice last pick for the side of Team Hyped.
Going to Dragon Knight.
Dragon God and Knight.
Dragon God and Knight.
I like this map a lot.
It's so pretty.
It's very pretty.
And it's a good map mechanically for Shifu. A lot of walls to grab onto, a lot of mobility for him, and it's gonna be big for him. And I think that's what I loved about the draft, and you touched on it a good bit, is picking that Shifu first, which gave them a lot of flexibility in their range slot. You're not locking yourself in to so going on the opposite end. Yeah. But on the side of Team Hyped, Blossom, Thorn, and then they had Uldor blocked out, so maybe you choose was expecting a double support composition coming out, trying to block out Uldor. We've talked about before how Uldor and Blossom together can do some scary damage. Also, Uldor is just a DPS disguised as a support. And also just Uldor is so good against Jade. Yeah. They knew whatever was going to be banned out by Team Hyped, Varask was going to be left in a range position that would be heavily countered by Uldor. So I do like that ban, and I don't doubt their ability to play Uldor on the side of Team Hyped with Mini on the Blossom. They're a very versatile team, especially as players. That's kind of one thing they proved to us last week. So I think there's not a lot you can count out for this team. No, not at all. We'll get the game started real shortly. A player just had to hop out and hop back in real quick very shortly. But, you know, I just love this flyover. I could watch this flyover for days. Yeah, I could. The flyover's pretty nice. I'm excited to see the Battlerite choices. I want to know if Varask is going to go just as snipe heavy. I want to know if Corrupted on the Shifu is going to take that M2 snare, a recently reintroduced Battlerite that gives you a fading snare on your M2. Yes. Very good on this map because there's not a lot of room for players to run away from a Shifu that's chasing you down. All of the chokes are pretty tight, and there's a lot of places the Shifu can just kind of run you down. You can't like line of sight all of that often because Shifu can just spear to a wall and run to you. Right, absolutely, and I like the fact that you know, with this map allows him to do, and with that fading snare, that just makes it so much easier for, you know, Jade to hit those snipes. Yeah, for Throat Puncher. Yeah, the small things that add up to easy snipe hits, and that's what you want to have when you have a Jade with such a snipe heavy focus. We're into it. Shifu getting right in there on that Varesh. The Immaterial going to cleanse off that Hand of Judgment. Ivar going to get his counter proc and run back, but Team Hyped completely choked out of mid so far. Yeah, you choose. They've been really good at mid control. It's just following up with the energy that they have has been an issue for them. It gets pulled away from them as well, but they do confirm the orb early. I really wanted Throat Puncher to flick that snipe and hit the orb off the crush. That would have been a dream come true. I would have loved it, but it's not going to work out this time. Even though you choose get the orb, they don't do it in style. Corrupted. He's going in trying to be aggressive. The counter's not hit, but he nicely. Oh my God! What is that in cap? What? Corrupted. Hello? How did he hit Varesh? Wow.
Oh, you choose. They want to get this orb, and they will. Team Hyped almost stole it with the crush. Entangling Roots coming out onto the Blossom. This is inevitably going to either force her to hop or eat a bunch of damage, and my god, she eats a ton of damage. On the other side of the fight, the Varesh, the ultimate getting so much done. Team Hyped blowing this round open with that sequence of events. A double in cap comes out here, but the Jade is Entangling Roots, so she can't charge up that snipe. And now down bottom, Shifu trying to get in, but Corrupted is going to have to get out.
Oh, what a pull.
Team Hyped, they get the orb too, and with it, they get the kill on Corrupted. Beautiful play on Team Hyped. That coordination, so good.
The coordination was on point. Luminary pulling in Shifu, and the only thing he had left was a counter. Didn't hit it, and just deleting him from the game. And now YouChoose has to kind of sit back and wonder what exactly happened to them. Jade gets just blown up, got thrown up out of the stadium.
Lumi being stylish there, using that EX space to jump onto the Jade. Naraga, all that's left, he pops off the Dance of the Dryad, but it's not going to be nearly enough as the pull comes in. And Entangling Roots and an EX space to get that stun. Lumi ending this one in style.
He's hitting so many pulls. I love it. The Thorn pulls are so clutch.
Yeah.
And he's been doing it all game in that game #1. But YouChoose had, again, early map control, which we saw them do against Impact, and then they're not able to follow up with it. They just get boxed out every time. They're losing their, I don't want to say 1v1s, it's just Team Hyped, their coordination and the combos are just better. They wait. They're like, okay, one defensive cooldown done. Shifu wants to harass, just here, let him immaterial towards me, which he did twice, and then they punished him for it, and he took a ton of damage. So Team Hyped just taking advantage of misplay.
YouChoose, Corrupted going in early once again, but he has to spear out to safety. The pull coming in, and it will land on the Entangling Roots Shifu. A nice counter, though, going to drag him over to Ivar. This Shifu, he's moving all over, but he's taking a lot of damage, Jorby.
Yeah, he does get out, but he gets pulled right back in. He's still getting pulled in, wants to get out. Varesh doing a ton of damage to him. Ivar trying to go in and box against this Jade, and he is getting a lot there. Hand of Judgment just missing, though.
YouChoose get that orb, but it's not worth it at the end of the day. The Dance of Dryad trying to make it worth it, but boy, oh boy, is it not going to. That huge energy spent from Naraga getting almost no value thanks to both the Barb Tusk and the Gust. YouChoose, though, they get another orb, trying to build up that energy. The spin coming out, going to be on the counter, but man, so much energy from YouChoose, not getting any value. These orbs and what they bring to the table not having that much of an impact.
Yeah, there's no follow-up, there's no coordination that we're seeing on the other side from Team Hype, and Corrupted trying to get something going. Now he's going to get hit by the Dance of the Dryads, but does get away from it. Does he get the orb? They do.
Okay, this is starting to look better for YouChoose. They've managed to claw their way back in favor of the HP lead. Corrupted trying to go in and continue to play aggressive. The in cap comes out onto Varesh with the EX base. He heals up nicely. He won't eat that Hand of Judgment. Another Dance of the Dryads already. Naraga using a lot of energy.
Just gonna reset. Who's gonna get this orb? Pulling it away. Finally, Team Hype gets the first orb of the game. Doesn't feel like they really needed the orbs. They're sitting on a lot of energy here. We have 2 ults ready to go. Both Ivar and Luminary, sorry.
Yeah, that Hand of Judgment Corrupted taking a lot of damage. The EX space coming out trying to stop that bleeding, but the Dead Roots is there, and my god, good night, Corrupted. Throat Puncher going to be the next to fall. They are done.
Nah, Dead Roots just doing so much damage, getting so much set up, and Team Hyped coming out real strong here in the first 2.
Yeah, coming out swinging. And it's funny, right as we saw the blue team, Team Hyped, start to get those orbs after the first 3 went to the red team, YouChoose fell behind so far. It really showed how heavily they rely on these snipes to secure the orbs and how important these orbs are, not only for the energy, but also for the recovery HP on the Shifu, because Shifu, inevitably playing much more aggressive than Thorn, will take more damage going in, so they need these orbs on the back foot. And when they start to lose them out to Team Hyped, they just inevitably fall behind.
That's the thing I don't like about this composition, because you mentioned it, Throat Puncher likes to play back. It just doesn't really synergize with Corrupted's playstyle here with Shifu. He's too far back, and they're not able to follow up on these in caps.
Oh my god, Mini, you're sick. You're so good, Mini.
He's had a couple of solid in caps, but they haven't been able to capitalize on it for YouChoose.
Orb spawning. It's going to be taken by Team Hyped, actually. That snipe from Throat Puncher knocking it down to 8 HP, and then it's cleaned up by Mini. Mini doing a lot for his team already.
Corrupted trying to cause more pressure and not getting it. Throat Puncher starting to push up a little bit here. Looking for maybe a big snipe, trying to push Ivar out of the play. And now going straight in, Luminary
Nice.
Do they get the orb? Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good crush.
Team Hyped get it thanks to the crush in the Hand of Judgment. Corrupted being pulled in, not given any room, and the Dead Roots. So much
His
being
counter's
done.
down now too.
Yeah, the Shifu being even jumped at by Mini, playing aggressively on this Blossom. And look at this positioning from Mini. Back right behind the wall where he can't take any damage, healing up his team and still putting out pressure on Corrupted. Mini's positioning is beautiful, and Team Hyped are going to secure a third orb. The Dance of the Dryads going to try to equalize the playing field from Naraga, but it just doesn't. A 20% HP advantage for Team Hyped is still on the table, and this ultimate from Varesh only going to amplify that. My God, Shifu is getting ruined.
Shifu got destroyed, and that is going to be it for YouTubers. They have no in right now. All Throat Puncher and Naraga can do is just kind of pick and choose some damage, but they're just not getting anything done. Mini did absolute work. Look at Mini. Mini hasn't taken any damage. Now go on the full aggression. Why not? It's 3-on-2. Just get in there and get in their face. That's exactly what's happening here for Team Hyped, and they are firing on all cylinders right now against this U2 squad, who just haven't been able to play, again, to Shifu's strengths. The Jade just too far back, and there's no follow-up from Blossom and Jade. They can't get in with Corrupted. There's no follow-up, there's no coordination on YouTube's right now.
Coordination on Team Hype, though, is quite the opposite, as they coordinate huge punishes onto both Corrupted and Throat Puncher. Naraga, the last to fall. He will go down here thanks to that R, that relocate from Ivar, dropping that Shatter under him. And, you know, this is looking pretty good so far for Team Hyped, getting 5 orbs to 0 in this third round.
And it's so good.
Yeah, that's pretty dang good. And really, it's even just the small things that they're doing that are impressing me. Team Hyped, we saw Mini, especially on that Blossom. He jumped right in front of the Varesh as Varesh was in-capped as a snipe was going to go onto him. He gusted that snipe, and Throat Puncher ate it.
Yeah.
Throat Puncher ate his own snipe because of Mini's awareness and Mini's heads-up play. Blue team, they're looking really good.
Yushu is trying to fight back into it. They've been good on map control, but haven't really done a lot with the energy it's provided them. Corrupted going all in right now, gets an in-cap right onto Thorn, gonna aggress onto Mini, right back onto Luminary. Can't get a lot. He's actually taking a good bit of damage here. He does get some more onto Mini, but it's not enough. Mini's gonna be able to heal back to full.
Yeah, you choose. They get the orb, but still have an HP disadvantage. Team Hyped, they're trying to claw their way back into the center, and they will. Varesh stepping up, getting that M2 onto Shifu. In-cap trying to slow him down, and a snipe is going to land on two Jorby. The ultimate is there. The explosive shell is dealing quite a lot of damage, and the Dance of the Dryad hits that gust. Things looking very good for You-Choose this round as the Shifu ultimate doesn't secure the orb. Team Hyped actually steal that orb.
A great stun and then a great pull to get that orb, and that puts Team Hyped. They were on their heels. Had You-Choose gotten that, they would have just aggressed on it, and it would have been dangerous.
Yeah, Throat Puncher. He eats that Shatter. A lot of damage coming out. He has to EXQ back to safety to pick up those green shards. He lands a nice snipe on Mini, but I'm not sure it's enough. But what will be enough is that healing from Corrupted's EX space.
Wow, they got another one.
Yeah, another orb going to Team Hyped. The Dead Root's going to be used. Corrupted misses his spear, too. That's very unfortunate.
Now they're just pushing them back right now. The health advantage, not really in favor of either team. It's kind of, it's a little even right now. It's very even, but a good in-cap and a Dance of the Dryads coming out, getting big damage. Onto Varesh, now coming Corrupted, getting the hit. Can he finish the kill on Varesh? Ivar getting saved out by Mini. Mini getting stunned out now, and that was a good play by Team Hype to keep their team alive.
Yeah, Lumi, he got that orb too with a slow M1. He's trying to go in and make space for his allies on the back line. Ivar and Mini trying to fend off the Shifu, but this round, Corrupted actually doing quite a lot of work. Throat Puncher, look at that positioning, getting up in there. The ultimate now coming out from Varesh and the entangling roots. Oh my God. Team Hype getting so much done. A lot of damage, though, coming out onto Lumi. The Dead Roots is going to try to get him away from the Dance of the Dryads, and that crush!
Wow.
That crush was huge!
Wow!
Big play from Ivar.
Great crush by Ivar, and then Dead Roots before that just blocked Blossom out of the play. Team Hyped, they cannot be stopped right now. A 4-0 lead. Can You-Choose win a game?
That round was looking so good for You-Choose, too. They had the HP advantage. It seemed like for once their pressure and coordination was working out. They were getting huge bursts onto Mini, Lumi, and Ivar. But at the end of the day, the blue team, Team Hyped, clawed their way back into it, found that clutch ultimate onto the Jade because of the Varesh. Is great awareness, seeing that Blast Vault used. And from that point on, the round just fell apart for the red team. Throat Puncher being a little bit too aggressive, and he paid for it.
And it sucks, too, because he wasn't being aggressive enough in the first 2 rounds. Now now he kind of did the opposite and was a little too aggressive. He was able to capitalize on a couple of solid incaps by Corrupted, but it just still wasn't enough. Team Hyped on deciding match right now.
Yeah, a strong start already too as Jade. She gets that Hand of Judgment on her, has to blast vault away from Lumi's Thorn, and incap onto the backline. Gonna try to set up a snipe, but it's just not there, Jorby.
Now too far away and everything blocked off for him. Again, you choose. There's no angle. Everything has been shut off for them. They just don't have it. Now they're going to go all in right now on this Jade.
Yep, Lumi. He gets a nice attacking roots. The explosive shells is going to come out, but boy, oh boy, does Throat Puncher get nothing from it. Half of his HP is lost in the process, too, and Team Hyped are looking so strong already, Jorby.
Corrupted trying to get a lot of these stuns, gets a good incap, trying to get some more damage out, but Luminary ain't having it. Mini's not taking any damage at all. The stun's not being followed up. Yuchu's just can't get away, and Corrupted gets annihilated from the dead roots, and now put on their back heels again. This is all over for Yuchu's.
Yeah, Team Hyped are looking too good, and Corrupted is out of this match. Team Hyped looking to take this 5th round and sweep this game. Down bottom, Throat Puncher. He dies to the Dance of the Dryads, popped off by Mini. Naraga gonna pop off his own, but there's nothing coming from it. Looking like the Red Blossom will fall, and with it will fall the chances of Yuchu staying in this game. Team Hyped decisively winning their 3rd match of BPL Season 2.
It goes to show you that, you know, your composition, obviously your composition matters, but I think this is, again, the composition probably would have been better for Yuchu's had, I always forget his name. Throat Puncher.
Throat Puncher.
You know, the name changed. Throat Puncher can't get aggressive enough, but then he got too aggressive. You're just not able to capitalize on the Shifu incaps and Shifu going in. The composition just didn't really work for what Yuchu's wanted to do. They were able to secure mid control. The Jade snipes were on point for mid control. They grabbed so many orbs, but again, there was nothing they could do with all that energy they had. They couldn't follow up on anything. The coordination wasn't there, and Team Hype just showed you that they were the better team.
Yeah, mini score 1,500, really showing what a high impact he had that round. His protection, almost 1,000 on average. If you just compare that to Naraga's, it's 100 more. His damage, 70 more. Just overall, you see how much higher of an impact Mini had on the support role. And because of it, Team Hype's going to take this game.
Yeah, Team Hype takes it. And, a little more than convincingly, and I think that, you know, we've been kind of talking up this rematch between Impact and Team Hyped, but
for good reason.
Yeah, I mean, these are definitely the 2 best teams in this group, possibly the 2 best teams in the league. I think Dolos might